Hey everybody, for the lesson today what we're going to be focusing on is working the golf ball. Now when I say working the golf ball, what I mean is we want to intentionally hit a shot that curves either to the left or to the right depending on the situation that we're in. So maybe there's a wind and you want to curve the ball into the wind to help straighten it out a little bit. Maybe there's trouble on one side of the hole or the other and you want to curve the ball away from that trouble. But I've got a tip today that's going to help you work the golf ball the way that you want to work the golf ball. And there's a lot of different ways to do this, but I'm going to share with you what I think is the simplest way, and that is to change the way you set up to the golf ball. Okay, so I've got a club set up here that's parallel to my target line, and I've also kind of set ourselves up with the camera on a target line that you can hopefully see out there, a couple barrels showing where our target line is. And for this first swing, I'm gonna just try to take a normal swing. I'm gonna set up square to my target. I'm gonna have my club face set up square to my target. Everything's gonna be basically just a stock shot. I've got an 8-iron here, and hopefully I hit a pretty straight shot. Sometimes I have a tendency of just fading it slightly to the right normally, but this is what I would call just my stock golf shot. So I'm just going to set up squarely to my target, club face square to my target, feet and body parallel left to my target. We're just going to take a normal swing. So that's a very typical shot for me. Ended up a few yards to the right of my target. A little bit of a push out there, but that's just my stock shot. Now, let's talk about working the ball from right to left. So a ball that will start a little bit to the right of my target and curve back to the left. Let's say that I've got a left to right wind, or I've got some trouble on the right side of the green that I want to try to avoid, and I want that ball to curve to the left. So all we're gonna do is change a few things with our setup. We're gonna keep our club face pointed at the target, okay? We wanna maintain that same club face. Club pointed directly at the target, but our body is going to turn slightly to the right, and that's gonna allow our club to swing a little more on an inside path. That's gonna help that ball start out to the right, and the fact that our club is pointed at the target is going to allow that ball to curve back to our target from right to left. One other thing we're going to do with our setup is we're going to move the ball slightly forward in our stance, half an inch more forward than we usually would have it, and that's going to allow that club face to close a little bit more at impact and get that curvature that we want to the left. So let's give it a try. Set up my club face square to the target, and then I'm just going to turn my feet a little bit, and with my feet I got to make sure that my knees turn close to the target, my hips and my shoulders all turn close to the target, and then I move the ball just ever so slightly forward in my stance. We're going to take another normal swing, and hopefully that golf ball moves from right to left. So not a huge curvature. That's not my normal shot to hit a draw. Usually I have an easier time hitting a fade, but the golf ball did start just to the right of the target and was able to move just to the left of my target. So that would be my draw swing. Typically I'd like to see that be a little bit more pronounced, but that's not a very natural shot for me. All right, and so for our third swing, we're gonna start with our club face square to our target. We're gonna take our normal setup, except we're gonna move it back in our stance just slightly. We're going to open up our stance to the left of our target. So my feet, knees, hips, and shoulders are now all pointed to the left of my target. And then we're gonna take a normal swing and let that ball start left and then move to the right. All right, not bad, not a ton of curvature. It is an 8-iron, so it's going pretty straight, but that ball definitely started just to the left and then worked its way to the right of the target. Hopefully you could see that with the barrels. The barrel that's closest to us, the ball was left of it when it crossed over and then ended up right of that second barrel. So guys, it can be as simple as that. just changing your setup a bit can definitely affect the flight of the golf ball and help you to either hit it right to left or left to right. I was hitting an 8-iron, so the curvature was not super pronounced, but definitely with the longer clubs off the tee, it would become even more pronounced when you make those setup changes, and that could really help you. That's typically when people want to work the ball, would be off the tee box to avoid trouble or help them out with the wind. So give this one a try and see if you like it. Thank you for watching.